Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So yesterday was another green day, and you can see how we bounced off the daily 20 moving average, and the daily 200 moving average came into play. Okay, so just a note on these. What we would like to see is the 20 cross over the 200. That would confirm a longer term bullish sentiment for me. But for now, this level here is where we are at again, and this level of 51455 is what we need to watch today. Let's just get right down to the lower time frames. Okay, first things first. The closing range breakout was pretty much successful. Okay, we did gap down and hit the breakout target, but we came back to test the range before falling off again to hit the breakout target, and then we came in with our rally. Okay, and what I want to do here is just come down to the 12 minute. Okay, so I think what you can see here from the 12 minutes is again how the 200 moving average comes into play, and this works on pretty much all time frames. So we tagged it early in the morning, we tried to rally, came back down, and then we rallied up, closed the gap, pulled back, and the pullback was really just a retest of the breakthrough on the alligator. Remember what I said, treat the alligator as a level, and you can see how the second move up would have given you a substantial trade. Okay, so pretty much pullback. There's your first signal, which was a pin bar. You could have taken it on top of the pin bar here with the stop below, or you could have waited for the second signal, which is over here, which is your engulfing candle, and this is all happening on a level. So trade would have been long from there, stop there, and 360 odd trade. And as you can see, the level to the downside, which was hit first on the breakouts. Let's just get back to our closing range breakouts, and you can see we didn't quite get the level to the upside, but we did hit the level twice to the downside. And we just come to the 12 minute. You can see we really didn't, we gapped below it, and then this retest here would have been your short. Then you would have had to keep your eyes open because you could see how the buyer stepped in right down here. Okay, so for today, what are we looking for today? So obviously, first things that we will be looking for is the closing range breakout. Okay, so almost the same size as yesterday's range, but the important part here is a break above the high of yesterday, which is sitting right now at 51525, will bring some other areas into play. So you can see how this is the current high. So that's the last previous swing high that we have. The next level that we have right now is as follows. So we have this tail here, and in actual fact, it's more than likely just going to head straight for there. Let's move this one up. Okay, so that is our next target right now. So I would assume if we do break above this, we should tag this area, which is a good 268 point trade, before selling off a bit, and then another opportunity to get long. Okay, so for me, still looking for longs, and the question right now is how the open goes. Okay, so a break above 51,525 will bring in 51,800 into play. If we do get past 51,800, then your next level is pretty much going to be the previous high. And that's going to be a rather interesting zone, because you can see how the sellers were sitting here. Okay, so 52,200 and 52,400. So those are the stretch targets to the upside. And you can see how the breakout target and second target of the closing range strategy hits the first level, and the second level is pretty much stretch targets for targets 3 and 4. Okay, there's nothing really else that stands out here. So one thing to point out is we could very well have a double top here, that it pulls back and come and test the previous breakout, which is the underside of the closing range. So that is a probability. You can see on the oscillators we've crossed over. We've also got, we've basically been going red for a while now. So momentum closed off to the downside. The US markets did finish up, and at this current moment in time, the Hang Seng is also, well, it's flat. So 10 cents up 0.6%. And just want to see where Nasdaq finished. Nasdaq finished up 0.5%, so 10 cents should finish flat to slightly up. Yeah, so that's kind of my play for today on the Aussie. Is still looking for longs, but just watch out for this potential double top. A break below 51280 is going to bring us right back down to the bottom of this range. Okay, so if we break below 51280, then you can expect us to come and pretty much hit this area here, which is, well, 5100. Okay, so break above 51525 will bring the next level into play, which is 51800. A break below 51280, and that's going to bring 5100 back into play. Okay, so those are kind of the levels that I'm looking at today. And then lastly, just to close off, if we just get onto the 4 hour, ultimately we are still creating higher highs. Okay, you can see high, 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 high. And we are breaking these 4 hour fractals. So, you know, for me, it is still to the upside. It's starting to develop into a relatively strong trend. You can see how the 20 and the 200 are crossing over on the 4 hour now, which is nothing really to read into it, because we could really just target this level here, this 52,400 area, or 52,300, 52,400, yeah. So we could really just target 54,400 before we sell off again. Okay, but I suspect that is this target that we're looking for, and it's going to just slowly meander its way up to there. Okay, hope that helps, guys. That's it for me, and I will catch you later. Stay safe. Enjoy the day. Cheers.